What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Backstop Banter. Michael, how are we doing on this fine Thursday evening?
I'm going to say we're doing wonderful, but it's been a quite crazy day. Woke up this morning. You can tell I'm a little hoarse. I've got my voice back a little bit. Coffee. I've been drinking probably like 6 cups today. And I
Coronavirus
usually
confirmed?
actually deconfirmed. I actually did go get swabbed. I told the
Woo!
I told the nurse I'm pretty sure I have, or the doctor, that I had strep throat. I catch it all the time actually, and I've been battling this for about 2 weeks now, and I'm at to the point where I'm hoarse and can barely talk. And I said I need some antibiotics. It's like, well, we know that you work in public, so we know that you've probably been exposed in some way, form, or fashion. So we want to get you tested. I said, okay. But the good news is I got a day off from work because I had to wait for my results to come in. The bad news is the nurse, when she did my swab, I had to drive up to the car and relax and everything. It was so funny because as she was swabbing me, she goes, like, my eyes started watering, like it was hurting so bad. And I was like, oh my goodness, be a man, be a man. And then she pulled it back out of my nose and was putting it in the little thing, and she dropped it on the floor. She said, oh my goodness, I am so sorry. We have to do that again. It's like,
No.
yes, but she said I've never done that before. I was like, that's okay. That's how it goes. It's just funny. Keep on going. So then she locked herself out of the building too, so it was even more comical.
No, she did not.
She did. She did. She's like, she banged on
Nah.
my window and said, "Can you call the office and see if they'll let me in?" About that time, a nurse came. So listen, in my life, what can go wrong usually does. But the good thing with me, I usually laugh about it and have a good time, so it's a lot of fun.
No, I
So,
respect you for laughing things off.
how has your day been?
Oh, it's been a busy, busy day. It really has been. Woke up my normal. Actually, no, here's the thing. I went to bed kind of early for myself last night. Like I went to bed at like
What,
two
4
thirty.
o'clock? Oh wow.
No,
Okay.
2:30. So for me, that's like 8 o'clock for a normal person.
Right.
Woke up at like 11, and I was like, oh, cool. And then all of a sudden, I shut my eyes again, and I woke up and it was 2:30, and I was a little confused. Like the sometimes where you swear you just blinked, and all of a sudden it's like 6 hours ahead. But that's basically what happened. So,
Totally.
uh, so yeah, that happened. Then when I woke up, that's when I learned about the Mets trade, which we will absolutely get into. We
Yes,
got a
sir.
new member of Unwrapped.
Yes.
Uh, the
I heard his
bro
brother's kind of
had to
kind of
make it
odd, but
had to make it a family event. You know what I mean? So yeah,
and
it's
his name
been.
is Andrew, correct?
That's correct. That is correct.
Okay, so we got Anthony, Andrew, and then Michael. I
That's
like it.
correct. I know,
Okay.
right? Well, aren't our parents so creative with names?
Yes. Poor Michael. It's like, oh, we care about these two. Let's just go with a popular name. Everyone has it.
Yeah, listen, that's all right. He'll survive. But Michael, you know what won't survive much
I
longer
tell you,
without happening?
let me see if I can
Give
find
me the
it. I would.
Bills. Oh, I
Oh
got.
man, man, oh
I'm
man,
fast, Michael. I
you
am
are.
fast, quick like lightning out here. We have to pay the bills, of course.
Yes,
So,
sir.
oh, look at this. We got Christian in here. My gamer as well. My gaming companion. Me and Christian have been playing a lot of Warzone. If you
Oh,
haven't followed me on Twitch already, Anthony_Conover, make sure you go follow me over there. Me and Christian are going to get a dub one of these days. It's going to happen. It's not. See, and here's the thing. In gaming, Michael, you have to also understand. It's not our fault that we haven't won. It's
hmm.
the game. It's clearly the game. The
Oh,
game
okay.
just keeps messing
Gotcha.
up. It's not our fault. We're fantastic. We should be
Gotcha.
professional gamers by now, but the game just keeps screwing us over. So we'll get there
So
one
how
day.
many games? I'll be honest with you. I watched you yesterday on Twitch. I got so bored that I got on my own Xbox and played like 2K 2017. But you know, I watched you probably for about, I would, like, no joke, 5 minutes and never shoot your gun. I was like, what's this guy doing? Like,
Bro, you don't see a person every 2 minutes. Come on.
that. See, I liked Ghost. I'm a few generations back, if you will. And Black Ops, those were the one games, where you just run full spread and just
See, no, 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 no.
fire up.
See, Michael. That's where you're mistaken. We're playing Call of Duty,
Hmm.
but it's a battle royale game. It's not like your normal like Call of Duty lobby where it's 6v6. This
No shot,
is a
Connie, right here.
yeah, like no. This is a battle royale. So there's 150 people in the lobby, and you have to
Oh,
and you have to be the last one remaining to win. So you don't just go
okay.
guns blazing type of thing. You got to play it slow
Okay.
sometimes.
So
We
they've
weren't
they've
playing like
mixed.
actual Call of Duty.
Okay, so they've mixed basically. What's the game that everyone loves?
Fortnite.
Fortnite in with this.
Yes,
Okay,
yes. They
I'm
made.
showing father time here. Leave me alone.
Listen. I'm proud of you for even knowing Fortnite. Okay.
My first time playing Fortnite, I came in third place. Just gonna throw that out there, and I had a headshot,
Ooh.
so it was pretty lucky. Like my 10-year-old nephew at the time was like, "Did you just do that?" It's like, "Of course I did." I was like, "I didn't know what happened there."
See, as Christian said, I do be coming up clutch though. I do be coming up clutch, but
Listen,
it is not
listen.
more clutch. It's not more clutch, Michael, than gambling at mybookie.ag and using code USN100. And that's because if you're into the betting world, they're doing great things for you over there. You want to win some money, go over to MyBookie, use that code, double your first deposit up to $1,000, and bam, you're rich instantly. If you're very good at betting. See, me, on the other hand, good thing I don't have any actual responsibilities yet because the gambling might have to slow down a little bit. But shout out to parents for living at home. And then when you're the opposite of me and you actually win money,
I'm
you
sorry,
can
you
go
got me on.
you can go over to RxHemp and use code RxHemp-USN to save you 10% on your entire order. Got the premium CBD products. If you're, sore from a long day at the gym or, a long day of gaming, I get tired, sometimes I'm maybe a little sore. Rub some CBD cream, you'll feel brand new in the morning. And then finally, and certainly, and I mean certainly, not last, you go over to Teespring/store/unwrapped and you go check out the store. We got everything you want. I mean, let me tell you something. We got shirts. Oh, see,
I
Michael,
got
look
you,
at
dog.
this.
I
We
got you,
got the
dog.
shirts. We got sweaters. You see the leggings? I look fantastic in them. I just don't want to show off too much. We got stickers. I got one upstairs.
We
Phone
got the old
cases,
school
hoodies.
logo.
Ooh, you see the mask too, the Friends type of. Michael, why don't you scroll to the bottom? I think that's where maybe the best product might be.
Oh, yep,
Just
that's it right there.
you know what? The drip
Oh wait,
logo, honestly, not gonna
my
lie,
bad.
is
There's a couple
fantastic.
more.
Woo! You see this right here? Make sure you
I'll
go
go.
check. Oh, hold on. Support the brand. I got the Generation Sports T-shirt right here, and you know what? Even is better than that. You know what's even better? Backstop
What's
Banter
that?
will be there very, and I
Yes,
mean
sir.
very soon. So, if
Yes.
you want to support Unwrapped as a whole, if you want to support, your individual shows that you love so dearly to Teespring. But Michael, enough with the bills. They've been paid. Let's get in to the real news today. And don't get me wrong, we are continuing our series of breaking down all 30, I almost said 15 teams, all 30 teams over the last 15 weeks. But
I think we're week
sometimes
10 right
tradition
now.
sometimes tradition has to be broken, Michael.
Well,
And
we're still there.
oh
We're
no, no,
just
no,
got
but
to.
we usually start off with it.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay. I'm with
you
you.
you can't start off with anything other than Francisco. No, no, no. I'm sorry. You can't start out with anything other than the Yankees adding outfield depth. Of course, they
I
trade
was
with the.
totally going to. I was going to do it to you. You know it. Listen,
I'm
guys,
kidding. I'm kidding.
I've been bugging Connie all day because he put out some tweets on our baseball unwrapped here, and he had Mets this, Mets that, and then it's like, oh, let me insert Yankees just a tad bit. So I've been telling him that Yankees are yesterday's news right now. The new New York team is the Mets. I'm sorry, watch out,
Michael, let me
Yankees
tell you
fans.
something right now. Michael, let me tell you something. You're embarrassing yourself right now.
You know it's true.
I love you as I love you, Michael. You're my co-host. You're a
I
dear
love
friend at
you
this
as I
point.
love you.
I love you, but you're embarrassing yourself, and I have to stop you before it gets any further. The
Listen,
Yankees will always be New York's team. Stop
I
yourself.
don't know. I don't know.
Oh, listen, I know. I'm in the market, brother.
I mean, that's true. That's true. I mean, you always have the Ohio State, no Cincinnati's. I understand. You always have the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn, which even Brooklyn's better than New York, but yet the Knicks are
You know
still
what? You know what? I'll say this though. For the first time ever, apparently, like the Nets' ratings are better than the Knicks right now, which is kind of
well. I
surprising.
mean, well, look at who they have. I mean, they kind of have
No,
to be.
listen. I know, but I still think if the Knicks start winning, which this season actually I was gonna say something bad, but this season they've been good so far. So if the
There's a
Knicks can make
Kentucky,
the playoffs somehow,
Kentucky
we
Knicks.
might all of a sudden the Knicks ratings might go up as well. But Michael, in all seriousness, let's get to the Mets and the blockbuster trade that went down today. Francisco Lindor and The name
Or
kind of
Freddie.
getting lost in the trade. Yeah,
Or
Freddie,
Freddie.
that you like to refer to him as, of course.
We're buddies.
The name that's kind of getting lost in this, which I think is a little bit underrated, is Carlos Carrasco also going to the Mets in exchange for Ahmed Rosario, and I believe they gave up some prospects as well. I'll try to pull up the full. Let me see
7th
the
or 10th
full
prospect.
details. I'm going to look up the full details right now. Oh, here we
Yes,
go.
Amber. Yes, Amber. The Mets have made a huge move, and they're not done either.
New York's, you know what? I hope New York sports is back because, like, at this point, it's kind of embarrassing. We got like 85 teams. It feels like, and like none of them are good, bro. Like, it's just not what you want. And the Yankees are good.
Can we
The
just pause for
Islanders
a
are
second?
good. What?
Amber,
What?
thank you so much for watching on our YouTube channel as well. That's something that
This
some
is
of our
also
viewers
a great
don't know.
point.
Guys, also go on to your YouTube because we YouTube everything and follow us, the Unwrapped Sports Network, on there as well because we know Periscope's going to have everything going on here very soon. Everything that we do is funneled through our YouTube. Everything should be posted on there. So if you're ever looking for anything, go to YouTube as well. And Amber,
all I'm saying is you can also head on over to Twitch, of course, on Rap
Right.
Sports. We also stream everything there as well. So, we're available everywhere. Don't worry, people. When Periscope goes away, you will still be able to see these beautiful faces. It's not a problem. Well, I mean, at least one beautiful face. I don't know about Michael. If you just block out the right side of your screen, listen, Michael, don't try to out, me. Come on, bro. Stop it. As my cat might be joining me for
you know what?
here.
That's so funny that you said that because my cat's actually on my guest bed over here and his tail just
let me tell you something. Cats are criminally, and I mean criminally, underrated.
I cannot stand cats, but my 3-year-old daughter for her birthday would not take me like any way manipulating her mind to go with a dog. She still wanted a cat, so we got a cat, and this cat's actually pretty good.
Yeah, cats are fantastic. Like, stop it. Amber, I want to also get into the Chris Bryant situation as well. So we will get there. We also have Jesse chiming in as well. The Mets signed Bauer. They might surpass the Yankees in the short term. Listen.
I like how he added short term. I mean, we know the Yankees are always going to be the Yankees, but right now, the Mets, it's what I would say.
Right now, the Yankees are still the better team. I'm sorry, they are.
If
they sign
because
Bauer,
Freddie hasn't made it on the airplane yet.
Listen, if they somehow sign Bauer as well, we might have to have a conversation. But I'm still not worried.
Bauer, watch out, your boy might be leaving too.
Listen, all I'm saying is the Mets are doing very impressive things. I want to start actually speaking about it, Michael. But yes, no, they did trade for Francisco Lindor. They gave up Ahmed Rosario, Jimenez, I want to say, another shortstop, Wolf, a prospect, and an outfielder named Green, the number 10 prospect, number 9 and 10 prospect. So realistically, if you're the Mets and a Mets fan, you cannot be mad at all. Like, there is not a single – I mean, I guess you can say this now, but all of a sudden if Wolf and Green turn into the next, Mike Trout and Jacob deGrom, you might be a little upset. But at the moment, you're a Mets fan and you're chilling. And, we kind of called this from the beginning, Michael, that the Mets were going to make big moves, especially when, just a, pat on the back real quick. We kind of called it. But the Mets are going to do some pretty good things with Cohen as the owner. It's no longer the Wilpons who have no money to throw around. Cohen's coming in at the perfect time where you obviously see a lot of teams like the Indians trying to get rid of people because of the COVID situation. And Cohen didn't lose any money because of COVID because he was not an owner yet. So he's coming in with his $15 billion, $13 billion, whatever you want to say. All I know is there's a B there. And he can do basically whatever he wants.
He's coming for stimulus money.
Exactly. Speaking of stimulus, Alex, I'm still looking for my stimulus check. Unbelievable that you haven't sent that over to me yet. But that's another story for another day. Lindor coming in, playing short now. And this is where we'll kind of get into – actually, no. Before that, Michael, what do you think of the trade? Because there's also some other rumors that I want to get into about how do you feel about the trade right now?
I will say, as far as Amber saying with Bryant, I've seen it posted, but I didn't really look into it too much. That's when I had something going down my nose for my test. But I mean, of course, you have to be excited. I think even for baseball, you're excited for this trade. Everyone probably except for the Yankees. As a Reds fan, I'm happy about it because the lower market, even though it's in New York, is making moves. Like this guy, Cohen came in, like we said, at the right time. with a full pocket full of cash and just ready to throw it on the table for anyone. So exciting to see a bad team make moves to be good. So yeah, I think for baseball in general, it's awesome, and I really don't think he's done. I know we even seen some Springer talk today, still involved with the Mets, and I'll let you go with the Bryant here in just a second. Bauer, as Jesse mentioned a second ago, he's still available. I mean, even DJ or JD, whoever, I can't remember. Oh man,
don't ever disrespect my man.
I was about to try to say the name, but when I said JD, I was like, wow, yes, LeMahieu. But who knows what else going to go on? And then there's still Real Muto still out there as well. So who knows? Which they just got McCain, so we know that's not going to happen there.
Michael Lawson in consideration to offer Andrew Conover Anthony's host role per sources. See, this is not true because I am the better Conover brother. You got listen. I know it's all fun and exciting because he just joined. Don't worry, you'll find out. I have always been the best one. But speaking of the best thing, I think the best thing for Lindor was getting out of Cleveland, and not because like they weren't successful or anything. You obviously saw they were in the playoffs basically every year. They went to that World Series a few years back, obviously losing to the Cubs, but they still made it there. Better than a lot of teams can say. And the thing is, now it's a great thing for baseball. Like it really is. You have Lindor, who is an exciting player to watch. He's not, somebody that's just there and shows up, does his job, and leaves. Like he brings excitement. He's a very talented player. He had a down year last year. A lot of players did. There was a whole pandemic going on, still is. So it's an exciting time for baseball, not only for Mets. Listen, I'm a Yankee fan, absolutely will be forever. Don't care what anybody says, including Michael, who says I'm a fair weather fan. Disgusting. But I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm a baseball fan.
Right.
I'm excited for somebody who brings some flavor to the sport to be in a big market like New York now. He's going to have more eyes on him probably than he ever has before because, people talk about it all the time. If you're, with Cincinnati, you have 10 reporters at your seat or whatever after a game. In New York, you have 25 or 30 every single game. So he's now just in a bigger market. And like I said, they also brought over Carrasco in that trade, who you have to root for, like as a human being coming back from cancer. He won comeback player of the year. That's another pitcher that they're adding to their rotation. So now you have DeGrom. You have Syndergaard when he comes back. They re-signed Stroman. They also have Carrasco now. I believe Zach Wheeler's still there. No, is Zach Wheeler there? Or is he the one that went to the Phillies? Steven Matz is still there. Yes. Matz is still there. So the Mets are going to be an exciting team. Lindor is a phenomenal player, and adding Carrasco, good job, Mets, as Alex said. And another thing Alex said right here, Cohen on Twitter is encouraging for the fans. Mets have some excitement finally. Let me tell you something. Once again, as a Yankees fan, I don't care. Cohen might be my favorite owner already in sports.
Oh, I think he's everyone.
Not even because of the things he's doing. Not even because of the things he's doing. Did you see what he tweeted like right after the trade went through?
The black jerseys.
Yeah, he was like, let's get back to the real story. He said, let's get back to the real story. What about the black jerseys? Like, you just traded for one of the best players in baseball, and you're still making the jerseys and something that the fans want, like a topic of conversation. Michael, do you believe Connie will become a Mets fan? Listen,
Alejandro, Mets, yes, I do.
Listen, the Mets won't sweep the Yankees. It's not going to happen.
Because he's a fair weather fan.
I will bet right now that the Mets don't sweep the Yankees. I'll do it right now. What do you want?
What, this year or any?
No, this year. No, I can't predict in the future. What if everybody on the Yankees is injured next year? How am I supposed to know?
Okay, I'm going to go with this. As I've said before on the show, I think the Mets in the 3 to 5 years, yes. But I said this first year, they probably won't be a World Series or anything like that because they're still putting in the puzzles.
Even after this?
Puzzle pieces together. Yeah, I still think so. Because, I mean, how many teams has ever drafted straight up or even signed all these players, and then that year they've been sufficient?
Mookie, Yankees in 2009.
Did they win it? We'll see.
Yeah, that's the year they signed Teixeira, Swisher, AJ Burnett, and Sabathia.
Okay, well, I hate Yankees. But anyways, I was going to say, even with like LeBron, every time he's went to anywhere with a stacked team, it's taken a second year to get everything going smooth. So I don't think the Mets will be a contender. Well, they'll be a contender, but I don't think that they're going to be in the World Series or even the AL or NL division there. But I will say this trade is also even good for the Indians. Not going to be Indians. We don't know what's going on with that yet. But for Cleveland as well, because the shortstop, I think he was ranked 10th prospect, and he actually was with the Indians for a while, anyways. But it also kind of proves my point from last week. You can be so good, and then you're just going to kind of stay lukewarm there, and you've got to abandon your ship to get all these prospects again to come out to be a better team. Yes, I had to throw that in there just for you, Connie. But so yeah, I think it's a win-win for both teams, really. I mean, the Indians knew that they were at their cap, and by making these trades here, and now they're getting these prospects where they can even come up to. Stroman giving 12 Ks to the Yankees, 1-4 in that game. Ooh.
Nah, I think he's meant 1 through 4 in that game because that's real.
Oh,
Listen, I might be a Yankees fan. I'm still smart. Anybody can give the Yankees 12 Ks with how many times they strike out, but they also hit 85 home runs, so it doesn't matter. Deshaun Watson has been traded to the Mets for a McRib and half a Dr. Pepper. Honestly, with the Texans, with the Texans, I wouldn't put that past anything. But we'll talk about that on Generational Sports on Monday, Alex. Don't you worry about that. But like you said, I think this is really interesting. I mean, hey, you're right because Russell Wilson did sign with the Yankees spring training team, so I guess anything can happen.
Kyler Murray as well.
Oh, Kyler, correct, true. There was somebody else that was supposed to be. Jameis Winston was a pitcher in college.
He's not even a quarterback.
Well, not anymore, at least.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like this. I love this trade. It's exciting. You look at the Mets now. Basically, their 1 through 3 is kind of set. Lindor, Pete Alonso, and then I can't think of the outfield. I can't think of their outfielder right now. Who literally Jeff McNeil. There we go.
Yes, McNeil.
Jeff McNeil, who is an absolute hitting machine. You also have Michael Conforto out there still, so he'll be solid. I'm liking what they're doing. I think that they're easily a playoff team this year. They might challenge the Braves now. Like I think that this trade really does something for them. Lindor's an easy top 10 player in baseball. It's a great trade all around. I can't really complain anything about it. And like you said, that's the next thing I kind of wanted to move into. Sticking with the Mets is they're still in on a lot of people. Like Bauer is still available. I don't know if they want to spend that much money now because
I think he's asking for $127 million 5-year deal or something like that. So I don't know if his pockets are that big. I pray he's an angel. I really want him to be an angel.
See, and here's the thing too. It is cool that they traded for Lindor and all that, but you have to get the extension done now. And Lindor is going to want 35-40 million a year. Like that wouldn't put it past him, and he deserves it. I mean, he's a fantastic player, switch hitting, Gold Glove shortstop. Like, where else are you going to find them? It's not like they fall out of the sky every day. So it's definitely possible that he gets a contract like that. And then do you also want to add Bauer onto that? You're already paying DeGrom a lot of money, so things get very expensive very quickly when you're dealing with professional athletes. But they're still in on George Springer, and I saw a tweet today that says he checks the boxes on the 3 C's, which is like clutch, center field, and clubhouse. So I guess they're still in on him, and that adds another hitter and another great fielder to their lineup. Because one thing that Lindor does very well, obviously, like I said, is he's a Gold Glove winning shortstop, and the Mets defense has been awful like the past couple of years. So if they can fix center field, they've now fixed shortstop, which is obviously the 2 probably most important positions to have good fielders at. So if they fix those 2 spots, and then of course this is the thing that I wanted to get into. And Michael, I heard that you did say that you heard it a little bit, but they are still. I guess they were in talks with the Cubs about Chris Bryant. I don't know if now with Lindor they're done with that, or if they're still looking into it. Like I don't know the full thing, but can you imagine the left side of the infield?
Oh man,
being Chris Bryant and Francisco Lindor, and then your first baseman being Pete Alonso.
I mean, that's a legit infield right there. And then when they sign DJ at second base as well, I mean that'd be pretty nice.
Stop yourself.
I mean, that is a complete infield right there. So the Mets are on the up and coming. Watch out. Move over, Yankees.
Listen, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but they are definitely up and coming, like you said. I think they're just gonna be exciting to watch over this next time. It's weird for me to be able to say that. Like
let's do this.
like I said, being in the market, it's weird to see them involved with free agents. Like it
Oh yeah.
genuinely is. Whenever somebody was a free agent, it was always, oh, are they going to go to the Yankees? Are they going to go to the Dodgers? And now you can find like you're
Go to the
finally like,
Mets.
oh, maybe they can go to the Mets too because it's not the Wilpons anymore getting scammed out of all their money. It's Steve Cohen who has money that he doesn't know what to do with.
Well, I mean, we talk. Anyways, I said it. Well, I said like no sentences there for a while. Like it's a win-win for both teams, but I also think it's a win-win-win because it's a huge win for baseball as well because we're excited about this. Like this is breaking news about baseball that probably ESPN even covered right away. So baseball is relevant right now, and Cohen is the only person that you can say is the factor of this. So that's probably the most exciting thing from my perspective of this is that you've got your Reds fans looking at it. Yeah, I got your Yankees fans. We have Amber who lives down in Texas that is talking to us about baseball, who covers basketball galore and football. So I mean, even Alex all the way out in LA that's mentioning this as well. So I mean, it's the whole nation of baseball that are entwined to baseball right now, and it's great to hear because I mean we've had this discussion many a times how bad baseball is either promoted or even just advertised. So this is great for the sport. Now, if we can just get this universal DH and have the bat flips like crazy, let's keep it going.
But no, that's true. I'm telling you right now, baseball can be a lot more exciting than it actually is, and it's nobody's fault other than baseball. It really is because, like you said, if there's bat flips and you get hit in the head with the 98-mile-an-hour pitch, listen. As much as I want to flip my bat when I hit a 400-foot home run, I kind of enjoy not having a concussion as well.
Oh,
So
right.
I might not do that. The universal DH is a must to me. I don't care what anybody says. If you want to come on here in the comments and have a fight with me about the strategy in baseball, about taking the pitcher out and the double switches, yeah, no, I promise you, and I mean promise you, nobody cares. Not a single person cares about a double switch.
I'm an NL fan. I did not like the DH, but I am absolutely in love with it now. I was the old school. Hey, Larusso, who actually used to be the Cardinals, he would bat the pitcher at the 8th spot. So when it went through the order, the 9th hitter had the chance to actually get on base with your leadoff, who has good batting average. I mean, it's all that strategy. I love it. I honestly feel like the analytical of baseball kind of takes all the strategies out. Like, we've said this many times, it's your mechanicals out there. You're basically a robot saying, boop, 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 this is what we're supposed to do. Like, there's no thoughts, there's no guts in it. So that's why I'm probably deterred a little bit of having to worry about let's be there. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Let's try to be very monotonous. That's not the word I'm looking for. Very
I
strategic.
don't know what
We'll go with
word.
that.
Oh, there we go.
And just be more strategic in what's going on when now you got a computer probably sitting in your lap that says, okay, this is the guy that I'm supposed to play. So that's all I got to do. So just get rid of it. And it's more entertaining. Like we love dunks and threes in basketball. We love one-handed catch and hurdles in football. What do we love in baseball? We love home runs and strikeouts and bat flips. So let us have it. We don't want the batter up there or the pitcher up there batting, just trying to hit a ball. Like we all know when a pitcher is up there, it's probably an out. Like most pitchers work on their other pitches to make sure they can still do it from when they face other hitters. So like it's just a wasted out. Like let's just and from a pitcher's standpoint, which I'm not, can you imagine if you were an ace pitcher and you went one whole year, even though you only pitched 90 or 60 games, of only worrying about pitching, and then all of a sudden your next year you have to go back into the batting cage and try to relearn how to hit. I say relearn, probably a little loose there, but to have to focus back on that.
See, but here's the thing that has never made sense to me when it comes to pitchers hitting. They don't even do it in the minors, and they don't do it in college either. So the last time your pitcher has swung a bat was high school, and for determining how long it takes to get from that point to the majors, that could be like 6 years. And now all of a sudden you're telling me I haven't swung a bat in 6 years besides batting practice, which they don't even take very often because they don't want them to get hurt. And I'm supposed to go in there against somebody who's throwing 100 miles per hour. I don't know about that.
I would honestly think if you asked every pitcher in the league, they'd probably say DH.
There's the few that wouldn't, because I know Madison Bumgarner loved hitting. and things
Well,
like that. So
Michael
you'll
Lorenzen for the
always,
Reds.
yeah, you'll always have the people that are like, oh no, it should stay the same, which is exactly why we're still in this situation because nobody likes to adapt to changes. Listen, don't get me wrong, I hate change as much as the next guy. I'm a big fan. A structured thing that I do every day. Like I know basically what I'm doing every day, but please, some things need to change. Like I should probably change my diet. I'm not going to do that because I certainly love things right now. But maybe one of these days.
You should probably change that haircut, but it's not going to happen
Listen,
either.
I don't know what you're talking about because I mean, bro, do you see this hair right now, Michael? Let me tell you something. This might be the softest my hair's ever felt. The goatee's really coming along. Like I'm thriving.
I mean, honestly, your mustache kind of looks like it's a one guard, and then down here maybe a two guard, but it's all right.
Listen. I'm not the best at growing facial hair.
It happens.
It's a struggle, but I'm trying. That's all you can ask. Even you say you got patches still.
Oh yeah, I do. You can see them. Let's see here.
Exactly. So I don't know why you got to come in my neck like that.
Well, it's because it's bare.
I do grow a pretty mean neck beard. I just can't grow it like in the proper spots.
Oh, you're the Amish beard. You got the Amish beard going on. I got you.
Yeah, basically. It's a struggle, okay, Michael? I'm trying my best. No need to hurt my feelings. It's
it's understandable, but you know who else tried their best? All the ML teams, but they failed at it. You know why? Because they couldn't sign the Japanese ace that thought about coming to the MLB this year.
Oh yeah, Michael, what's his name?
Yes, I'm so glad you called on me because I was actually trying that. Tamayamaki Saguno. How'd you like that?
I'm gonna have to. All right, if I had to guess, I would go with Tamayuki Saguno.
You know what? Mine sounded much better.
Listen, I also have absolutely no idea. And Michael, make sure you sit up straight, talk with your best voice because Captain Perry's here, CEO. Guys, please go follow Unwrapped on everything. Make sure you go to the store.
Unwrapped. YouTube. We already made that plug. Perry, we talked about YouTube. Go follow
and Twitch,
all of our videos. And Twitch.
And the Teespring store. So please don't fire me. I'm doing my best here, Perry. But yes, the Japanese ace is not coming to the MLB this year. And it's kind of funny. He's not coming. Masahiro Tanaka might go back to Japan as well. So we had some struggles with the international players this year in the MLB world. But hey, I'm also not gonna lie. I literally don't know anything about this Japanese pitcher. Like this is probably one of the first times I'm seeing his name, so I don't know how good he is. I don't know how much of a loss it really is for the MLB. But it's interesting to see that somebody who wanted to come to the MLB couldn't make it over here because he couldn't come to a agreement with somebody.
I will say this. I watched a little MLB Network this week, and he was actually on there, and he did look good. He had a weird delivery, and that's actually kind of what they're talking about. Like the MLB would love this delivery because it's like a hitch in it. But I can't remember his stats, but it was pretty good. His strikeouts compared to hits, and I was like, wow, this guy would actually make it in the MLB as long as he can understand the language. I don't, because a lot of times they have the translator come with them. I'm sure that would play a mental factor in trying to come here. But a lot of players, the Dominican Republicans, have a lot of translator. Even Puig, who used to play for the Reds, he had a guy that was always with him. I think he now knows English. So it's kind of crazy how these bilinguals are playing bigger roles in the
baseball's
MLB.
a global sport, my guy.
It really is. It really is.
Baseball and basketball. Well, obviously, and soccer. I just don't like soccer, so I refuse to include it in anything. Baseball and basketball really are worldwide. When you think about it,
you obviously never played soccer.
I didn't play soccer. I hate soccer. I've said this before. I would listen. It snowed a solid 13, 14 inches the other day, or a couple weeks ago. I would have rather gone outside and had to, breathe on every inch of snow to melt it instead of watching a soccer game.
Now, watching it, I totally agree. That's kind of like watching hockey in a way. It's very
whoa. Hockey is very much more entertaining. Hockey play. Listen, I've said this forever. Hockey has the best playoffs of all the four major sports.
This year, definitely. I loved their format this year. It was nice. I miss the blue puck back in NBC back in the 90s when they actually had the little blue puck.
I remember hearing about that. Obviously, I wasn't alive, so I don't remember it. But
you weren't. Wait a second. Wait a second. When were you
What
born?
year did you say it was?
I want to say like 98, somewhere around there.
Bro, I was born in 2000.
Oh my word.
Michael, I can't even have a drink with you yet. That's why I drink milk.
I mean, me too, though.
Listen, I would just like to say, and I know this is a baseball show and everything like that, but you're also here for the banter, so I don't care. Milk is criminally underrated. Criminally.
You know, there's so many different things you can do with milk. Like in my
No, see,
whole
I'm a
life,
straight milk out of the gallon guy. I don't want nothing. I'm not even a big fan of chocolate milk.
really? Okay, well, you're a loser.
It doesn't float the
Well,
boat.
listen, every morning, and I never had this in my life. Like my dad always had the Nesquik chocolate milk every now and then at night. Like that's just something he always had. My son and daughter has to have the Hershey chocolate syrup poured into their milk, stirred up, and then my other daughter has to have strawberry, like
Yeah.
strawberry milk. I never would have thought of that in my life. I'm like, all right, they've even tried caramel milk before. I'm like, that's
See,
only when like
that you might have lost me with the caramel, but
the what the watermelon, the caramel.
listen,
Oh, that's what you meant.
no. There's no such thing as caramel.
There's no such thing as caramel. Oh, I forgot you're a New
No,
York guy.
that was
But anyway,
Boston.
and that was kind of Boston, wasn't it? I'm sorry. I listened to Mark too
Gosh.
much over there. But anyways,
I'll throw up right now. We keep talking about Boston unless it's a
the
patient.
caramel was our last option when we were out of chocolate syrup. And so they had to go with it. They chose. I would have just done white milk. But anyways, back to baseball.
Yes, sir. And now we've talked about the Mets. We talked about, the Japanese pitcher not coming over. Now let's get into our 15 and 30, as I like to say it. No, 30 and 15. 30 and 15,
15 and 30. 15 teams in 30 days.
Yeah, imagine. I mean, hey, we could do that. It would be a lot easier.
We could do that. We really could.
Listen, Michael, we can do anything, okay? Anything we set our minds to, available.
We can.
But
But
let's go with the last.
We are on to their NL AL East is where we're at. So the last two teams in the NL, we have the Marlins, and then in AL, we also have the Orioles. Unfortunately, I felt bad for these two teams because they are last for a reason. You fans, you did choose and get to vote, but we know how these teams are going to go. The Marlins this year were a little bit of a surprise for their young aces.
It was more than a little. You could have given me 100 guesses, and there's only 30 teams in the MLB. I still wouldn't have guessed it.
I mean, yeah. Let's be honest. Even in some of our panels at the beginning of the year, we're like the Marlins. If any other team would have caught the COVID as early as they did, it would have been all over news. But it was the Marlins, so we didn't really care because it's the Marlins.
Exactly.
So, yeah, they surprised probably the world. Sadly, they probably surprised everyone just as much as Cohen has, just in a different way. So the Marlins, just a little look. We look to see that they'll be upgrading at the corners in the outfield positions of who they got. I don't know who they have now, but I know some of the talks that they had on Bleacher Report is Adam Duvall might be a good fit there because he did not get, I cannot think of it, what it's called, the opportunity where they signed him. They just let him go. I got a cough. I'm sorry.
Unbelievable. So unprofessional. How am I supposed to continue the show right now?
Hey, at least I'm here. Last time it just cut out, so let's just keep going. But Adam Duvall had a great year with the Braves this past year. Also a former Red, so we're happy about that. Also, no more Mazzara. Did I say that right?
Wait, what was that?
No more Mazzara.
Yeah, you correct. There you go.
Yeah. Possibly going with him as well. And then, of course, Josh Reddick. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce his other names or some of the other options that are free agents that they're considering. I want to say Nomar used to be with the Marlins that they may bring back. Is that correct, or am I making that up right now? I do tend to make.
Might be honestly.
Too far back.
Are my biggest watch of all time. Right. So you might be right. You might be wrong.
Straight up, when everyone thinks of the Miami Marlins, all they think of is the Marlin in the outfield when someone hits a home run on that little thing.
Now, listen, I'm going to make everybody cry right now. You ready for this?
Derek Jeter.
No. I'm actually legitimately cry. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
The only time I ever think of the Marlins is Jose Fernandez. Literally the only time.
Okay, let's go on now.
I'm so sad about
I
Jose
can
Fernandez.
tell.
Like, you have no idea. I woke up and I had the ESPN. I literally remember I woke up and I looked at my phone and it said something about him. Bro, crushed me. Absolutely crushed me. He was easily my favorite non-Yankee player. Like, not even a question. And then tragic passing, but you know what? I'm just saying, one of these days I'm gonna get his jersey. I'm gonna wear it proudly. That's my boy still, don't care. But yeah, that one sucked. That one sucked.
I want to say Didi, never can say his last name.
Gregorius?
Yes, I want to say that he was on that team that year, and actually the next game he hit leadoff.
No, that was D Gordon.
That was D Gordon. Okay, I'm sorry. The D's got me there.
And pause. And the first pitch of that game, he did Jose Fernandez's batting stance. You know, even though he's a lefty, he went to the right hand. But terrible. Actually, you know, they did play the Mets that game. Actually, so kind of came full circle here. Would you look at that? But yeah, that's the only time I really think of the Marlins. But yeah, I thought, like you said, they're still rebuilding. The other exciting thing about them is that they hired the first female GM. I talked about that, earlier on this year. I believe her name is Mia Ying.
I was thinking it was N.
It's
like an NG.
It's spelled like YG. Uh-huh. So I just can't pronounce it, so I'm not going to try. I don't want to disrespect the culture.
Yes.
But listen, that's all. The only thing that matters is first female GM, and good for her, because I said it before. And Amber, who was in here before, big fan of this, Ladies First, which is on before us. Go check her out, because she covers all things women in sports. The Red Sox just hired a female coach as well. Mm-hmm. Got the first actually no, she's the first African American coach, I believe, in the MLB. And then Mi Ying, or whatever it is, I'm sorry.
I think that is it.
The first GM. So doing some big things. Make sure you check out Amber on Ladies First. She definitely covers all of those things. You know what? I don't wake up at 6 p.m. That's a little late. But I definitely wake up late. Really? Whoa. We can't ignore this comment. Connie's working on terms to get traded from Yankees fan base to the Dodgers. Disgust. Per Michael Lawson, actually. Wow.
Sorry.
Alex, I don't know where you're getting these reports from. Garbage. Terrible.
Well, I don't even know how we missed that one, but thank you, Alex. But just going with some culture here. Did you know in the Japanese that the last name is first? I did not know that, but with Ichiro Suzuki, that's why everyone called him Ichiro, because technically that's his last name. That's why Ichiro was on the back of his jersey, because his first name pronounced is actually their last name in their culture. Suzuki is actually his first name, but Ichiro is his last name.
Are you being? Nah, you're messing with me. No, right?
Go look it up. Go look it up. I've got some age here. That's why. I mean, think about it. Was Ichiro not on the back of his jersey? It was.
You're killing me here, bro.
It's the truth. No, it is. Blew my mind too when I was a young pup like you. But while you look this up to prove me right here, also Marlins, one thing I noticed about them, a lot of their players are 25, 26. They're very young, still developing. They're at their prime where they should start picking up. And that's what the Marlins – oh, here we go. Bam.
He said, I can confirm via Rolodex.
Rolodex.com. Speaking of which, Alex, I think that you need to pop on this show if you can and just thank me personally, camera to camera, on that Rolodex for telling you that Washington No Name would win the NFC East. I would really appreciate that. And then let me know how
much. You should go on the hard count.
They never ask me, Once I give them my knowledge.
That's crazy. The disrespect to my co-host.
The gold that comes out of my mouth, and then they make money off of it. They're like, we can't have him on the show no more. Because Perry, if he's still watching, they might be like, you know what? Maybe we need to let Michael go over to football as well and take over. So, I've been on it before, and that's when I said this, and now I've not been on there since. So it's okay. I understand, Alex. Notice he's not coming on.
I've been on the hard count a few times. Don't worry, Mike.
A few times.
You don't need them. You have me and this show.
You're right. You're right. Baseball's where it's at. Thank you, Cohen. But they've also added some depth. The Marlin has. They signed a veteran depth at catcher, Sandy Leon, who actually signed only at a minor league deal, but they also went ahead and invited him to come to the winter games. Winter games? What in the world am I talking about? The spring training. But what they're actually considering him is kind of be the veteran number 2 guy on that to try to bring their young pups on up and just be like a coach player, if you will. So it's interesting sign there. Let's see here, young pitching staff. I've said that, invited to camp. Yeah, that's about it for me on the Marlins. What's your? You want to say anything on them before we give a little prediction on there?
No, yeah, I think they're still an up and coming team. They're probably. I mean, over the course of a season, I think they're probably still the last place team in this division.
I say 4 years away before. No, I'm saying 4 years
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, they traded away a lot of pieces, obviously, when Jeter got there. And you got to kind of hope that those young players turn into something, because we've said this before, you can trade for as many prospects or draft picks as you want, but unless they actually become something, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. So, yeah, they're still a few years away, probably 3, 4. You got to hope some of the draft picks you got to hope some of the prospects you've traded for obviously do a little bit better than years past. But Alex will be on this show soon. Well, I don't know how soon, because he's coming on when we talk about the Dodgers and or the Padres. So that might be a little later on.
I thought he meant that he might come on right now to tell us, and he didn't have on a white T-shirt, so he had too much color on, had to go change before he could come on.
Yeah, he forgot his hat at work too, so
yeah,
he was definitely not going to be able to come on the show.
Keep going.
No, yeah, I think that's it. They're just a few years away, and you got to give new GM and Jeter a little bit of time to build this up. Rome wasn't built in a day, as they always say. So we're going to find out what they can do over the next coming years. But let's give our record prediction, Michael. I think they're a 78-win team.
Are you serious?
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
No,
that's
get this.
What I tell you, too much color on that shirt, though. Alex, you got to go and come back in with a white shirt. You can't be on this show.
No, I just came in really quick just to give Michael his credit. He did call the Washington football team
at week 3.
At week 3, he called it. I secured a bet. It was fucking awesome. Shout out to Michael. He's a gambling pro who hasn't bet. Have you bet at all or no?
No, I haven't. No.
A gambling pro just giving out the free money. So shout out to Michael, man. That was in the Rolodex, and that was good, man.
How much did you win off of that bet?
I won $85, but I didn't put that much on it, which is still solid, $85.
I mean, that's 85 more than what I've got. So yeah, I'll take that.
Did me coming in just destroy Connie's Wi-Fi?
No, I think he's so happy to see your face right there. He's like, my daddy's here.
My daddy. Yeah, no, but I will definitely be coming on to talk Dodgers and Padres. I'm a fan of both of them. Dinner on Alex. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, maybe I'll spread the love around soon. Got a couple of that power parlay
Alex,
soon.
This Steelers.
That's right.
That's my payback back to you. So thank you. I just got you some interest on there.
Yeah, for sure. Oh snap! Where did Connie go? Oh jeez.
I guess he got so mad or got so shocked he just bounced.
Oh man. Oh jeez.
Well, this is a little awkward. Alex, you got a few minutes you want to stay and chat, or you got to go yourself too?
I can be on for like a couple minutes before I got to get to my next appointment.
Well, we are got some notes here to talk about Baltimore. I'm sure it being East Coast, you in LA, you probably don't know too much about them. Especially had a down year last year. Do you want to mention anything on there that you may have noticed from them last year, or what you predict from them on this year? I will say it's here. Okay.
The Orioles, to me, I mean, I just think they're a team they're so far away. It's definitely going to take 5-6 years before I think I see them be relevant again. Connie has been replaced.
We pump that up real quick. Thank you, Amber. If I could get a hold of Andrew Conover, I would definitely send him a message real quick, see if he'd want to hop on here and be a replacement for me, since he just dashed on me here.
Where is Connie?
He just sent me a message, said it won't even load for him right now. Connie, if you're watching this, hop on your phone or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I kind of agree with you on the Orioles. Let's see here. Hanser Alberto led them last year in average at 283, batting average, and runs at 38. He's a free agent at second base this year. So they're probably looking for Sanchez, Yolmer Sanchez, to step up he's not a prospect. I think he was there last year, but I think this is a team that's just going to be counting on a lot of younger players that can come in and maybe produce. I don't think they're going to be like any contenders anytime soon. I think it's the guys who are just going to kind of be waiting there and hope that their players show up. That's even my guy, Jose Iglesias, who used to be shortstop for the Reds. He's out West Coast now. I think they traded him to the Angels last year, who had his breakout year. So they don't know what they're going to have at shortstop this year. Someone I mentioned too on here on our notes is Freddie Galvez, who used to be the shortstop for the Reds. And since they already had one Red player, kind of familiar with the whole places there, I thought maybe that'd be a good fit for the Orioles, just an in-between guy, just like he was for the Reds, and which the Reds are trying to bring up their prospect, but they think that he'll still be a year away. So I thought maybe Freddie would be a good pickup there, or sign him free agency. We got somebody coming back on here. It might be the boy. Let's see here. Is he back? What it was, I know what he did. He had to bounce so he could check his phone to see if you paid him any money, because he's all the time begging for money from you. He had to check that account. Alex still ain't paid me.
Consistently sending me requests on Venmo that say stimulus check, please.
I mentioned the stimulus check for Cohen making all these deals here. He must be spending a stimulus check, and instantly said, "Alex, where's my money?" So I can understand it. I think it's legit. But as we're still waiting for him to load here, he must be having some internet problems. Let's see here. Oh, another person, DD, that we talked about earlier, a free agent as well, could be signed there for a shortstop. Used to play with the Phillies, who I actually think the Reds will try to make a push on for that. He bounced again. Jonathan Willard traded away for cash in 2019 as a free agent. It could also reunite with the team as well. And then I went on into some of the prospects here. They've got Alexander Wells, who should be on the opening day rotation. We were talking earlier about the Japanese pitcher that decided to stay in Japan because they couldn't come up with a deal with the team, and how the international play has been going on. But this guy, Wells, he actually is from Australia. He spent all of 2020 in Australia. Good information on there from the Royals webpage, just talking about how he's been able to go back home for a while, spend some time with family while he worked on everything. And he says that he feels re-energized and excited for this year. I do think in 2019, 2020, he probably would have made a debut, but with everything that went on with the COVID, he had to stay over there with travel and everything. That's been postponed, but I do think he'll be on the 40-man roster from day one. I think that's a guy that they're going to try to lean heavy on for the future as well. Wells does seem like a good pitcher coming up. Let's see here. Just young. Yep. My last note I put on here was just a young team waiting for players to develop. I actually feel like this is in both teams here, with the Marlins and the Orioles here. How does it feel to never have to worry about your prospects and waiting on them, being a Dodgers fan?
Well, I mean, in terms of Dodgers, we're going to talk real quick about them. I mean, we've definitely been very blessed that we continue to have guys that rank very high as they're kind of getting close, and whether they end up being traded or they end up, coming up and joining the major league roster. I think that's just the approach the Orioles have to take. Sign a couple of veteran guys who want to just come, get some at bats, try to give themselves an opportunity somewhere else. Like, I'm sure Freddie Galvez will go in there and just fucking drop 30 home runs and eventually go up to another team and join a contender. But I think the Orioles should just stay patient. I mean, if they just gotta build through the farm. And at one point, I want to say in the last decade, the Orioles were a threat in the AL East. So just gotta stay patient.
Yeah, and that's one thing I talked with Connie last week that he doesn't agree with me, and I think we actually called you on this. Some of these teams, they can only get so high, and then they have to basically bail out everyone that they got and try to recommit to it. And I think it's kind of even with the Indians right now. I mean, Lindor is one of the top 10 players in the league. You wouldn't think a team would trade that, but when you reach your cap, you have to realize your cap and say, we're not going to get past this, and we've got to reload more or less. So I definitely think the Orioles have done that, and they're waiting to be reloaded. They're just taking a long time to put those bullets into the chamber before they ever show back up. Let's see here. Do we have him now?
Oh yeah, I'm on the phone now.
Oh
Because
man.
Okay.
Alex
Can I hear
totally
him
broke
talk?
my computer.
I can't hear
Do
him.
what?
You can't hear me.
I can hear him.
Okay. As long
Oh,
as
you
I
can't
can
hear
hear
him.
me,
That's
that's all
weird.
that matters.
That's all that matters.
Alex broke my
But real
computer.
quick before I head
blame him
out,
for all of
every
this.
time I think about the Orioles, I do think about Chris Davis and that enormous contract and that insane non-hit streak he had going. But yeah, no, for the Orioles, they're just gonna have to deal with the losing and just developing talent and just trying to be smart and having these veteran players come in and fill the lineup. And Connie, I'm sorry I can't hear you. I don't know why. It's probably just because I'm on my phone, but
Are you really sorry?
I am. No, I want to hear Connie. You know, I feel so bad. I scared him off the stream. You know, I just shook his entire Wi-Fi like all the way down. But
Well, that's because you pay it for him.
You missed a bill.
I called the company and I was like, yo, cut it off. But
Yeah.
let me get out of here. Definitely, I will be for the Dodgers and the Padres. I definitely want to talk about both of those teams. Shout out to Connie. Shout out to Michael Lawson. Y'all have been just amazing taking over this show, and I couldn't be happier that it's in better hands with you two. All right.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you jumping on here, man. Oh no, did he leave me again?
Did Connie just leave? Oh, Connie.
Yeah. I guess he thought we were ending the whole show.
Okay,
Oh no, he's coming back in. Yeah. But Alex, thank you, man. Thank you. It's good.
We're about. Make sure he's in before I leave.
He's in.
I accidentally refreshed the page. I'm an idiot.
Now I can hear Connie. Okay. But
See, Alex, nothing bad happened until you joined the stream. The minute you joined, I start lagging, everything like that. Unbelievable.
And then Alex, as soon as Connie left, their viewers went up.
It did actually. I was keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, right. All right.
Everybody loves controversy.
Yeah, we're back.
That's right.
Exactly.
We are back.
All right, fellas. Catch you guys on the next one, man.
Appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. I'll catch you, brother.